Okay, and one more thing. Okay, so I want to welcome all of my friends that are watching this on Facebook and my friends that are watching this on LinkedIn. And of course, my students that are watching this on the Zoom channel that you're on. So again, let me so Sheila's got a couple of conversations she's looking at. Maybe we'll get to those. Now, you can all end the month of December with a bigger team. And Tuesday night session from boot camp, we talked about connecting with people. Tonight, we're going to be talking about communication. You have access to 1 billion people on LinkedIn, 1 billion, and you know all about them or enough about them by looking at their profile to be able to identify whether they would potentially be a prospect for your business. Your business does not slow down during the month of December. And you can experience explosive growth when you're talking to the right people. December is a phenomenal month for bringing business builders into your business. Why? Because the investment that they're making on their business is a tax deduction. Using that strategy, when I was building a network marketing business, I signed up 5 people 4 days in a row right after Christmas. We have students that are signing up multiple people. It's all about conversation. Right now, we're halfway through the month of December. And if you've already got existing connections, you're sitting on a gold mine, because you're going to be surprised at how many people that you connected with, that you talked to, that you never followed up with, or you never got back to. There is no shortage of opportunities. Your business does not slow down in December. It can actually increase with activity, and it's simple activity. So how would you feel if you knew in advance, simply by reading the contents of the profile of other people, looking at who they are, observing their activity, if you have a clue as to who would be a great prospect for your business, they're easy to find. Easy to find. And then all you have to do, start a conversation with them. And it usually takes 2 or 3 back and forth messages, and you will know whether you want to keep talking to them or not. The more selective you are about who you talk to, the more successful you're going to be. So it's all about engagement, involvement. The more you talk to people, the more you interact with your prospects, the more successful you're going to be. Now, achieving success on LinkedIn and Facebook doesn't just mean increasing your friends, connections, or followers. No. Once you've got connections, friends, and followers, it comes down to conversation. Posting and ghosting your audience doesn't get you what you really want: engagement. Posting things every day means nothing unless you're posting the right things. True engagement requires a proactive approach. There are going to be certain types of things that you could post that would appeal to your specific audience. Example, You can jump on the internet and find all kinds of posts about goals, all kinds of posts about weight loss, all kinds of posts about health that will resonate with the people that see them. And if they really resonate well, what they're going to do, in fact, I gave a classic example last night where one of my students had made a post 2 weeks ago. And it ended up, when I jumped into LinkedIn, it was right there in front of me. And so Bobby wanted to know, how did a post that he made 2 weeks ago end up in front of me last night? And the answer was simple. A friend of mine liked his post. She just liked it. And because she's my friend and she just liked it, I'm seeing what my friends do. You have no clue as the reach of your post. So managing engagement and communications with your friends, connections, and followers helps turn them into active distributors and customers. One of my favorite posts. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You are all learning a very simple process. Simple, easy to duplicate. Your one kick step to mastering every social network is my 4-step formula. Create a page. Put yourself out there so people can see it. Then, and most of you already have pages on Facebook, already have pages on LinkedIn. Then it comes down to connecting with people. If you're connected to someone, you're going to find you're connected to people that you haven't talked to or never talked to, and you've been connected for years. So it all comes down to conversation, talking to people. And in the course of engaging them in a conversation, you qualify them. And close the people that need what you have. We're not here to sell. We're here to determine if there's an opportunity to sell. It's so simple. Anybody can master it. Anybody. Now, Joe, I see you're here. I left you a message yesterday because I was talking to Callie earlier, and you had the wrong idea about what I'm teaching you. You're already a top earner in your business. We're going to go over and we'll take a look at your profile. Now, granted, this is not the way you became $1 million earner in your business, but it's so simple. What happens in my coaching program is I teach you step by step how to take advantage of all these new changes, all these new features. You teach it to your leaders, you teach it to anybody, and it's not hard. I mean, and it's fast. All somebody has to do, we'll jump on here and I'll demonstrate it. Just get somebody to go over to Facebook and change their picture. And then show them how to start a conversation. Bring them into your business. You know, now 8 or 9 years ago, Melaleuca was not social media friendly. It is now. And there are all kinds of tools available for people to plug themselves into. The key to your success on every social network is engagement. So having a large number of connections, friends, and followers does you no good if they're not paying attention. They have to be looking at what you're doing, and we want to get them to respond. So I'm going to jump over here, and I'm going to I'm going to jump over to LinkedIn, but before I do, okay, here you go. So Nick here posted something an hour ago. What people, the idea about posting things is you want responses. Now, Nick was a $1 million earner in one company, and he's now working with another. Well, he was a $1 million earner in Isagenix, and now he's building a Melaleuca business. All right, but you're going to do what you're going to do. And I told Nick initially, I tell everybody, stay away from politics. All right, stay away from politics. But on the other hand, we had a really robust discussion about it, and he's right. You want to work with people that clearly share your feelings, share your likes, share, so there's nothing wrong. He doesn't want to work with somebody that's the other party. Okay. And and the way you get more visibility with your posts, and Nick has this mastered, is you get everybody on your team when you post something to go over. And you don't want to like it, you want to love it. Now, when he has 10 people loving his post, and remember, because I loved his post, everybody that's connected to me is going to see the post. Going to see the post. It all starts with your online presence. People see you, they see what you're doing. It all starts. So if I come over here and look at now, LinkedIn, to be fair, is experienced. I mean, they are overwhelmed. Their systems are they're overwhelmed. Sometimes we try to do something, doesn't show up, doesn't work. Let's try it again. All right. All right, now. So let me unmute Joe for a second. Whoops. Well, he jumped off. All right. So Joe's a $1 million earner in his business. And what I was going to show Joe is experienced second or primary income specialist. The man's a top earner in his business. We go over and take a look at, I don't think he's a corporate director. But if we come over here and we look at Gregory Lagana, one of the top earners in his company, is one of my coaching students. He's a multi-million dollar earner. You don't mention your company. It's all about you. What was interesting was if you look at his headline, once you begin to change, so will the world around you. He was giving a training at the big Melaleuca event, but he's free to reach out and talk to people. And yet, if I go over here, Ed Bestosa. Good. I mean, I've known Ed for years. He was speaking at the same event. Okay. In fact, we kidded around. I said, Ed, you two look so similar, but it's your headline that attracts people. You can proactively go out and reach out and talk to people that you know in advance need what you have, want what you have. Let me pop over here. Okay. So let me unmute Daryl. I understand that you just jumped into boot camp. So let me. Okay, now I want you to notice when I search for you, there's no picture. Let's go over and take a look at your profile. Okay, so you're just getting started. All right. Now I unmuted you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a connection request. I'm not going to add a note. So we can be connected. Now, are you on Facebook too? Your profile sets the stage for all kinds of conversation. You can proactively go out and talk to people that you know in advance need what you have, want what you have. I come up here and I'll type in Rhonda. Now, Rhonda, yeah, there's really, oh, here it is. So what we're looking at is the inner workings of LinkedIn are overwhelmed. They're making changes. You know what? You know what it's like? It's like you're driving on an interstate, 5 lanes going each way. Only they've shut down 4 of the 5 lanes. So everything is slow. Only there's no sign telling you. All right. Now, there are different strategies, there are different approaches. Rhonda is kind of passively building her Isagenix business. So she's listing her company. When we originally started working together, there was nothing on her profile about Isagenix. Why? Because you don't want people, if I go over here to Facebook, now Rhonda is using their professional version of Facebook. And you can see her followers. But if I come over here and I read about her, I wrote this for her 7 years ago. Right? Back then, she was making 150. She was making $150,000 a year. 3 years later, she was making 750. Following year, she became $1 million earner. You're all heading down the same road. Okay? You're all heading down the same road. It all comes down to conversation. Let me come back over to LinkedIn. Okay. So Gary has 27,000 connections. They're all following. Let's come over here and look at the profile. Oh, this is we're gonna do this all day. Let me go back. What is it they say? The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. We know what's happening. We know what's happening. Now let me log out of my account. Yeah, for some reason, I have a mental block. Oh. Let me come back. Don't, when things aren't working, don't beat yourself up. Don't keep trying something over and over again. Do something else. I'm going to come back over here. Okay, so if people aren't engaging, it's time to change your content. What you really want are new distributors and active customers. And here's some engagement tips for LinkedIn and Facebook. We covered this last night. Know your audience. Know who your serious prospects are that consumes your content, where they are, and what's important to them. Review the content you post and see which ones get the most engagement. And do more of that. Practice active audience interaction. You want to like or respond to comments. The key is to be authentic. Generic comments like, that's great, won't work as well as over time. The algorithms know you're just kind of phoning it in. So on LinkedIn, keep your profile up to date. Every time you make a change to your profile, the people you're connected to are going to see it. Post things that will interest people in your target markets. Create your posts in batches. Then schedule your posts in advance. Never miss a chance to engage with your audience. Pay attention to the people that like, comment, or share things you post. Now, on occasion, you're going to get somebody that you connect with. We go through the whole process. We discover they're nice people, but they're really not candidates for your business for one reason or another. But they keep coming back and liking your posts. Well, you don't want to discourage that, because the more likes you have, the more visibility your posts are going to have. But you're under no obligation to start a conversation with them. Facebook engagement. Use Facebook Live. Let me come back over here. All right. So we go over to Facebook, and posting things does not get you as much visibility as when you do stories. Stories are the maximum number. This gets the most visibility. And there's two ways to create a story. Margie Aliprandi is a good friend. She's the top earner in a company called Modere. We've been friends for maybe 15 years. Sivi Helso was $1 million earner in Isagenix, and when her leader went over to another company, she went with him. So you got all these people here who are posting things, live stories. This is going to get you the most visibility. What you post gets visibility, gives you the opportunity to restart conversations with people, period. And you got all kinds of people out there trying to sell stuff. At the end of the day, it's always going to come down to conversation, and there's no faster, easier way to do it. Let me all right. So let me Sheila. I'm going to jump into Sheila's account. Sheila, what's your email?
HODSONSLK.
I got it saved. I just have a roadblock. Okay. So now, first, we come over to your network. So like you got 3,400 people that you're already connected to, which means there's 3,400 people that you could conceivably start conversations with or restart. The other feature, LinkedIn celebrations, lets you see they're doing, okay, it came through. So let's look at birthdays. So you got people here. So here, you connected with Sarah 8 years ago. You reached out to her last May, but she never responded. So there's different ways for you to re-engage, start conversations. The question is, do you want to? So, full-time wife and a mom. The question is, how active is she? So, okay, it's her birthday. Well, she's been a homemaker since 2014. And she could have been on LinkedIn for a year or two, and she hasn't been back. So we come over here and look at her activity. Well, she hasn't posted anything. Let's look at her reactions. She liked this. This was 6 years ago. So trying to communicate with her or to restart a conversation, claiming waste of your time. You have to be selective. We don't want to waste time. So let's come over here to your messages. So you used to work with her back. Well, not going to be able to communicate with her because she's not active. So let's go over here and look at conversation you're having with Mallory. Now, is this the one with this? Okay, this is one of the people that we approached last night.
Yes.
All right. So here, we're talking to somebody that's open to work. Ex-teacher looking for a new career. Think about this. Open to work. Now, when you're looking at a profile, her profile, you can see over here on the right, other people that are open to work. So let's bring up Peter here. We don't care about his profile. Let's look here at open to work. How many people on LinkedIn that you could talk to that are open to work? $4,930,000 people. There is no shortage of people for you to talk to. Okay? So you reached out to her back in November. Follow the scripts. So how long have you been on LinkedIn? How's it working for you? Been on for about a month. Had an account, but never updated it. I'm transitioning from teaching to finding a new career. There are millions of teachers that are looking to get out of teaching. So, send her the conversation starter. So why do you want to transition out of teaching and find a new career? And so she's giving you a big answer. All she's known is teaching. Well, show me a school teacher that's been teaching for as long as she has been. They all know about network marketing. So what kind of work would you like to do? Work from home? So she's getting licensed as a financial advisor. So we look at her profile. Teacher. And she got a job as an insurance coordinator at a dental practice. So you send her a post. If you can dream it, you can do it. But for 13 years, very effective post. No matter what you're going through, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Posting appropriate subject matter, key. All right. So what do you know about the network marketing business model? Okay. I was a consultant at Color Street, and one of my best friends is a Mary Kay rep. Know a bit about it, but I don't love it. I'm currently trying my hand at being a financial advisor. Now, so you're staying in touch with her by sending messages. Okay?
Yes.
And she loves these. But now let's come back. I was a consultant with Color Street. You know what Color Street is?
No.
Okay. You know how you find out about Color Street?
Just Google it.
Exactly. So first, I know a bit about it, but I don't love it. She doesn't love it because her perception of the business is nothing to love. You got to make a list of your friends in Mary Kay. You got to go to people's homes. You got to make party. You got to do all that stuff. And we have, so basically what you want to do, first and foremost, we need to find out what is Color Street. Oh, so you see, I keep telling you, the internet is not your friend. Color Street is a relatively recent MLM pyramid scheme. When it says recent, Color Stream. Okay. For nails. For Color Street. So what we want to do, again, her perception of network marketing, and actually Mary Kay and Color Street are both direct sales types of organizations. They're different than MLM. Now, we have in our scripts book now, page 30, and we have all new scripts coming out. We've updated the how you describe network marketing. We now have two versions. I think I sent you the other one, didn't I?
I think so.
All right, so let's go back. So let's see here. So we got to go back. This is the script for using the project launch. And I know I gave it to you. Let me. Okay, I can't find it here, but we have one. So the first thing we're going to do, you always want to have an end result in mind. First, we have to find out how long ago did she do Color Street. I'm familiar with both Mary Kay, Color Street. How long ago did you do it? Then we're going to use the feel, felt, soundtrack. Man, I know how you feel. In fact, if I had to do my business the way you were doing that, I wouldn't be doing the business. You no longer have to reach out to your family. You no longer have to chase your friends. We have a script. Network marketing is totally different. And the script is broken down into 3 parts. To be successful in network marketing, first, you need to be passionate about the company and the products you're working with, passionate to the point that you tell people about it even if you aren't getting paid. Second, you have to be working with somebody that's successful, that's going to be devoted and committed to helping train you to build your team and train you and help you train others. And third, you have to have good, reliable online tools so everybody can make money over the internet. The other thing, though, here, we've changed the script. So when you're explaining network marketing, the new version, network marketing is an industry where large companies use word-of-mouth advertising to generate sales and reward the distributors with healthy commissions on sales for doing so. What attracts most people to network marketing is the residual income component. Once people start buying the products you recommended, you continue to get paid every time they reorder them. Now we've changed it up. We have this is the general script, but we have a script for people that have aspirations to be leaders and top earners. And so here we have something so once people and it's built in there, I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but basically people that like to teach, you always have to make everything relevant to the people you're talking to. So most people that like to teach and train are building teams. And so once people start buying, once people that you tell or people, anybody on your team starts buying the products, you continue to get paid. So it takes in the bigger picture. Now, let me Yeah. Okay, so here's an example. Okay, so let me explain how network marketing works. Network marketing is an industry where large companies use word-of-mouth advertising to generate sales, reward their distributors with generous commissions for the sale of products or services. They're constantly in demand, serve a huge market. The top earners, we're customizing this. The top earners, leaders, and trainers in every company earn 6- and 7-figure incomes by doing the things that you like to do and to help develop and train large teams of distributors to become successful. So what attracts most professionals with your experience, and we bring this in, we change it to teaching, is a residual income component. Once people start buying the products of a company, being recommended by you or members of the team that I'm going to help you build, everyone continues to get paid every time they are reordered, and you receive a substantial commission on what you sell, plus an override on everything everyone on your team sells. And so we expanded the explanation. It would be like you or your distributors tell. So network marketing companies have changed dramatically in many ways over the years since she did her business. You don't have to chase your family, friends, and acquaintances to buy something, advertise, or buy leads. To be successful requires 3 things: passionate about the products, working with someone that's already successful, can teach you how to build a business and train large teams, and you must have good online business building skills. When you're talking to somebody about the business, they're thinking about 3 things. They're thinking, first, does this really work? They're thinking, can I do this? I like the way it sounds, but can I do this? And the third thing they're thinking is, are you going to help me? So during the course of your conversation, what you want to be doing is you want to be answering these questions ahead of time. Together, I'll help you train a large team of entrepreneurial-minded distributors. Would you like to know more about my company and how we work together? Then, when they come back and tell you yes, that's when we go to the next phase and start talking about the business. So in looking at, this was had an interview. Okay, now training isn't until January, but it's costly, as many new adventures are. So she tried her hand at being a financial advisor. Also had an interview. Costly. All right. So we need to address this. You're a friend. There are many ways. When's our next coaching session?
Next week on the 18th.
Okay. So come back at 4. And
Okay.
here's what we want to do. We want, first and foremost, we want to tell her, look, there are lots of opportunities available to people from the teaching world for her to launch a new career, do all the things that she likes to do without having to invest. It's costly. So we want to know. In fact, let's do this. Let's pop up here. No. Come over here. I've got one saved.
Hey.
Downloads. And the one that I'm thinking about is choices, chances. Let's okay, so here we go. The first we're going to send this. Today is a new day. Don't let your history. Okay, so we send that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say, whoops. Now, you always want to have an end result in mind. What's the question? The question is, how we're gonna ask her an easy question. How much? So let her come back. I'll tell you that. You're her friend.
Okay.
You're her friend. You're gonna be able to show her how project launch script. I'm about to launch a special project. That's only gonna cost her $100. And she can make up to $40,000 in the next 90 days. Project launch. And we want to have conversations like that 4 or 5 times a day. So this is going to be one. The other thing we have to address is, before we get into that, is we have to address the fact that, hey, listen, I know how you feel about these direct sales deals. Okay? I mean, so, but let's find out how much money she's contemplating spending. All right?
Okay, thank you.
So, as a general rule, and I have to go because I got a coach, somebody waiting for me in my coaching program. So, folks, here's the deal. If you're not talking to 5 or 10 people every day about your business, you could be. December is going to be your biggest month for the year. I promise. You just have to be selective about the people you talk to. I'll be back at 4 o'clock for those of you that are in boot camp. Tonight at 9, we're getting into the nuts and bolts of boot camp, which is communication, talking to people. Until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.